Perfect. Okay. So hello and welcome everybody. So to sit comfortably, if you want to stay seated, you cross your leg and you sit at the front edge of the blanket. You are welcome to lie back. Okay. If you feel like you don't want to sit and it's not comfortable on your hips or your knees, just lie back. What we're going to do is take some breaths. Um, some going inward, some feeling your body kind of thing, just to meditate, just to really take the moment to process how we enter our yoga and how we feel. So I'm going to sit up, and this way I can see you, but you're welcome to lie back and just really maybe even have your legs long. Eventually, everybody, we're all going to meet on the back. So you want to start on the back, that's great. We're going to sit cross-legged. I'm going to sit at the edge of my blanket, and I can even put it like 2 or 3 times, double it, right? And I sit at the edge of it. So it helps me align, and then I cross my shins. And if you want, again, lie back. Everybody's so different. And you're welcome to just lie back, and you can have your legs feet wide and the knees touching if that helps you, like a little pyramid, like that kind of thing. And you can have your hands wherever you like. So you can do that, or you can stay seated. So come to wherever you are, just come to your breath. Whatever shape you took, think of your shape. We're sitting, we're lying back. Just take a moment to feel. And then think of the third eye, that little place in between your eyebrows, that little center below your forehead, and think of your breath and think of your face. If your eyes are closed, relax your eyes. And if your eyes are open, just also relax your eyes as if they were going like to the back, sort of like floating back, not engaging in anything, not labeling, not analyzing, not attaching to anything. So we come to the shape and allow your shape to be soft and easy. And then think of the breath. Rest on your breath and just breathe through your nose and just empty out. A little bit of seated alignment. Think of your pelvic bowl in line with the third eye. Think of your ears and shoulders and hips aligned. Think of the chin parallel to the ground. Hands can just rest on your legs. They can be with the mudra of the chin mudra, thumb and index. You don't have to do any of these. These are add-ons. These are tips. These are options. All the options are ready to be thrown away. You can just lie back and just think of how you're feeling. Some parts of your body are on the ground, especially more parts if you're lying back. Think of the parts that are in contact on the floor, on the mat, and think of the contact as we are seated on the blanket, and feel the bottom of your feet, the edges of your pinkies, on your toes, and think of your sit bones really grounding. So think of the parts of your body that are floating away, and think of the parts that are releasing on the earth, on the mat. So we're going to do what we call square or samavriti, or square breath. Square means you're going to do 3, 3, 3, 3. So 3 to inhale, 3 to hold, 3 to exhale, and 3 to hold before you inhale again. And I'm going to guide you through the first maybe 1 or 2. So let's do 6. And then if 3 doesn't work and you want to slow, you can do 4. Ideally, more seconds, it's better. It really regulates the nervous system. It regulates the breath, and it brings you slowly down, and it brings you slowly, bring you into a tempo that will probably help you slide into the practice, and it'll make you feel like you're more open and more clear and more adjusted, more harmonious with your breath. So breathe out completely, and then inhale for 3 counts. Hold, try to softly hold, don't hold with tight tension. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, and 1. And let's repeat. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold, relax and hold, 2 and 1. Exhale, release, 3, 2, 1. Hold the release and hold the belly. And then let's do 4. Let's do a little bit more. Inhale for 2, 3, 4. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then inhale. So let's do 2 on your own, whether you choose 3 counts or 4 counts, breathing in. And if at any moment this feels like it's too much, you don't like this, completely ignore it and just breathe in and out. Take your time to really finish. Take your time now to not count anymore, and just gently get a nice, easy in and out. Don't hold it. Just simply allow the sensation, the feeling, the noticing, the observation of how the body feels when you just are quiet and sit with your breath, and how it makes you come into a sacred, sort of like a super amazing, peaceful place that you can always try to come back to. And you're going to go onto your side. Okay, so go gently. You can remove the blanket if you have a blanket, and just go on your side. Make your one of the arms, the elbow can kind of rest under your head, or you can just simply be on your side. Bring the knees a little bit in front of the hips. You can also put the blanket under your head, and just take a moment. Imagine you just woke up, you're on your side. You can have your body, side of your body, just resting here. Take a moment here, breathe in. Take another breath in and breath out, and then we're going to go, everybody, on the back. Just go on your back body, knees bent, feet flat, feet about hips distance, or if you want a little wider. Keep your feet on the ground and bring your arms up. Reach your arms right over your shoulders, reaching your fingers up. Take a breath in and a breath out. Interlace the fingers, so interlace the hands, and then reach the arms like you want to touch the ceiling up. Keep your face soft. Then you're going to bring your arms overhead and stretch and lengthen your legs one at a time. Bring your arms overhead and then point the toes. Bring your feet on the ground, feet in, arms up again, arms right over your ears. Stretch and lengthen the arm. Lengthen your legs one or both at a time. Stretch your arms overhead and point your toes. Feel that curve really increasing, exaggerating. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Feel what you feel. Feel the whole body, the side body, stretching, elongating, and lengthening. Feet on the floor, rebend them, arms overhead. Feet on the floor, stay like that and go to the right and center to the left. You might need to bend one of the elbows and center, press up and to the right, center and left. Go back up. And then one more time, up, overhead, reach overhead, maybe get a little longer. Point your toes, really elongate that you want to really stretch the tops of your feet. Your calf muscles, your ribs are opening, your shoulders, your bottom of your hands, and then bring your hands back and then feet on the floor. Take a moment here and just take a breath in and out. Hello, everybody. So now we feel a little bit more warmth. Take a moment to just kind of get together with your breath. Notice your breath, always pausing, a sensation of being okay with the breath, a good tempo. Hug the right knee in. This same leg, you can hug it behind and just let it long, extend it. Toes to the nose, point away. Rebend the leg, hug in. Try to bring it closer to your ribs if it's okay. And switch your hands so the hands are behind the thigh or behind the knee. Lengthen again. Toes to your nose and then point. Good. And then one more time. Hug in. And the same leg, we're going to continue by reaching it long. Let it float. Don't touch it down. So let it float forward and all the way and bring your arms overhead. Bring your right knee in, hug it in. Both knees come in. Rock a little side to side. Massage. Release your low back, your shoulders, your face. And then both feet on the ground. Take a moment. Take a breath. Relax the effort. Let the breath sort of feel like it's taking over again and relaxing you. Get a nice sensation that everything feels even. And we're going to do the other leg. So hug the other leg in, hug it in, give it a squeeze. Okay, and then switch your hands. You can bring your hands behind a little higher, wherever the leg is, if it's far away. Nose and toes, they come towards each other. Point away, point, point, point. Really point those toes. If the leg straightens, awesome. If it doesn't straighten, that's okay. Bring it in. Squeeze it in. Two more times. You're going really slow and easy. Flex. That means dorsiflex, toes to nose, toes to knees. Point. Feel the leg. Feel the whole leg lengthening. Feel you're stabilizing your hip on the ground. Relax. Bring it in. Hug it in. Squeeze it. Good. And then extend it one more time. You can even not use your hands if you don't want to. Point and flex, 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 flex. Really point, 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 point. Okay. And then from here, you're going to lengthen forward slowly. Bring your arms overhead, maybe interlace and stretch, or maybe have the hands reaching over. Don't touch the floor, just hover. Bring the leg up, bring both knees in. And then from here, just kind of flutter your feet, point and flex. Let it just hang and just kind of punch, swing a little bit the legs, circle them. Very good. Then open the legs, lengthen the legs, bring them in, and bring the knees and feet together. I'm going to try to do the same thing afterwards, just one more time, and then we'll do the arms. Open and spread them open. Slowly in, close. Okay. So you're going to lift up the arms, so hit the arms and lengthen your legs up. And then see if you can open the arms and open the legs. Good. Bring together everything. Hug the knees to chest. All right, same thing. Nice and simple. Lengthen, open wide as you can. Doesn't have to be too wide, but open. Everything closed in. Feet together. Hug them in. And then one more time. Up. Feel that. Open up. Legs and arms come together. And then you're going to try to bring the elbows out and the feet together and the knees out. And then everything together and reach up. And then feet together, hands together like a Baddha Konasana, different. And then reach up. One more time, stay here. You can just release your hands. You can open to happy baby. You can rock a little side to side. And then see if you can bring your ankles right above your knees so the shins, these become very vertical instead of angle, just nice and vertical. And try to bring the knees to the width of your shoulders or to your ribs. Knees together, feet together. And then cross the needle or pigeon, left foot down, right ankle, or top of your foot on the left knee. Breathe here. Breathe out. Notice your breath. Notice that you're not doing one shoulder, that your hips are pretty even, that your face is relaxed. And this is a tricky change. See if you can do this. You're going to uncross the leg that is on top, and you have the left foot down. So lift it and see if you can bring the foot behind. So squeeze the right foot behind the left and open the knee like a tree pose on the floor. So the leg was up here. You kind of open it and see if you can walk it behind the left. You might need to separate the left foot out and let the foot come open. And if you have with your left hand, maybe you can grab or reach towards the right toe or some part of your foot. Let's just don't worry about that. If it didn't work, it didn't work. Bring the foot in. All right, both legs come in, hug them in. Right foot down, cross the left ankle, stay here. Check with your body, check with your breath. See how the shape feels, see how your breath feels in the shape. Use your whole body to feel the stretch and don't forget to really allow the breath to be important here. Now see if we can do that little, it's like a quad stretch, okay? So lift the leg, bring it down, let the knee, kind of the foot, the leg open, and you kind of squeeze or kind of slide, sneak the foot behind the right, maybe grab towards the foot, towards the part of the foot. If you cannot reach, it's okay. So the knee, the hip, the leg is open, and then unslide that. Put the foot, both feet on the floor, hug both knees in, open the arms out, and we'll do a little bit of balance here. So one time to the right, keep your shoulders down, and to the left. So we're keeping your shoulders glued. You can even grab the hands flat to the floor. So go right and left without lifting your shoulders. If you want, you can turn and let the legs go right and turn left with your head and center the head and the legs, and then left, legs to the left and turn over, look to your right hand. One more. Maybe getting a little deeper, a little bit more effort. And eventually we are going to let the feet or the legs go to one side. So you can put a block or a blanket or blocks, 2 blocks, and let the stretch or the twist begin, and breathe here. A breath, maybe that same breath, Samavriti, you can do 3, 3, 3, 3, breathing in and out. Feeling that you are breathing in and bring your hip away from your shoulder, breathing out and try to bring the shoulder closer to the ground. So let the breath be long and patient, and feel the stretch between the shoulder and the hip. Let's bring everything back in. Bring your knees in. Just take a moment, roll your ankles, soften, kind of flutter your feet a little bit. And then arms open again like a T, and let the knees go with support, with your blocks or blankets under, and take a moment. You can bring your left hand on the right thigh. Try to take a breath here. Imagine that you bring your hips out with your breath. And when you exhale, bring your shoulder closer to the ground. So separate all this side, all the breath of the intercostals. This breath is really powerful here on the side, right on your ribs. And then separate the hips away from your shoulder. Whenever you're ready, take a breath in, come in, knees in. And then you're going to come into a bridge that I'm going to do with one of the arms going up and one of the arms kind of switching. So take a moment to just allow your body to come to a neutral place. Hips are even, feet on the floor, shoulders relaxed, face and neck and everything nice and relaxed. You can have your hands right now next to your body, reaching towards your heels. You don't have to touch your heels. So I'm going to press my feet equally. I'm going to keep my shoulders down. I'm going to keep my head down. And if you want to support your head, of course, bring something, but maybe it's better without actually here, no blanket. Okay. So you're going to lift your hips off the ground, keep your feet on the floor, lift your hips for bridge, and then lift your right arm overhead, just one arm. Now, when you're going to release the arm and the hips down, you're going to turn your head over to your left. Okay, and then bring your head to center, lift your left arm up and lift your hips. And then as your left arm reaches over, turn over and look to your right. Head to center, arm lowers, hips lower. Lift your right arm, lift your hips, look over to your left. Hips really pressing up. And then head to center, lower your hips, lower your right arm. Go very slow. Lift your hips again, left arm overhead, look over to your right. Bring your hips down, bring your arm down, head center, last one. Right arm, lift the hips, look over left. Head center, hips down, arm lowers, hips up, left arm lifts, look to your right. Good. And then arm up and down, head to center, lower your hips. And we're going to rest. And if you want, put some blocks under your thighs, or you can put a blanket around, or you can put your feet under your legs and rest with your legs wide, knees wide, feet together. And just take a moment here in Supta Baddha Konasana. So wide angle, opening your inner thighs, resting your chest and resting your breath. And if you have blocks, they're awesome here to have a nice support under your legs. Just take a moment to really feel the inner thighs, the inner groin, the adductors, the abductors, just releasing. They don't have to be so close to your tailbone. They can be far. Just be where you are. If you have no blocks, you can put the fists. It's great. Close to your hips. And if you're comfortable enough, you can even try just feeling the breath again, breathing in, breathing out. You can allow Ujjayi breath, the one that has the sound of the throat. Then see if you can go rolling onto your side. See if you went to the right, you're starting on your right, and see if you can roll over on the left. Before you do that, hold your hands and help your legs together, and then roll onto your other side. You can make a little pillow just the way we started. We started like on the side, and just take a moment there. You can use the blanket right under your head. You can just rest here with the right hand on the top of your thigh. And then roll up. Take your time to come either cross-legged, or if you can, if you are able, to come onto what we call knees together, and you can have your toes like that. If this doesn't work, you can put a blanket between your buttocks and your heels, and you can sit like that. Okay, so try that. If you try a couple times and definitely the knees are not happy, just sit cross-legged. But if you're able to help and just sit like that, take a moment on the knees, on the shins, with blocks or cross-legged. Lift your arms out to the side, all the way up. Hands together and hands to prayer. Lower your arms out and up. And cactus your arms like a little C, like a little 90-degree. Lift your chest. And then bring your arms out and forward. Pointing all the fingers forward and round. And then do like this shape. As your fingers go forward, round, scoop the belly, reach your arms forward. And then one more time, forward and up. And come to that figure like a cactus, like a 90-degree goal pose, arms. And then one more time up. And hands to the heart, hands to prayer. Okay, come on up. So if you're cross-legged, switch it so you can come onto your knees. You can separate your legs a little bit. And then arms up. Very good. And then you're going to bring your maybe one hand behind. So like a little chicken wing, hand behind. And do like a little child's pose as you reach your arm forward. You touch your fingers forward. You rest your ribs on your legs. Inhale, come up. And then right arm, the same arm that is up, right arm forward, and then open. So a little bit of twisting. And then both arms up. And then switch. Switch the arm and twist. Both arms up. Very good. So let's bring the hands down. If you want, take a child's pose. You can bring your elbows down. Rest your forehead. Just a breath, just a beat. Inhale, coming up again on the knees. Left arm out, just one arm, chicken wing, the other one. And then as you sit back, your arm and head and chest go forward. Take your time. And then inhale, coming up again. Same arm, this arm goes forward. And then open the chest like a twist. Yeah. And then both arms up and then switch. Both arms up. And then you can bring your hands together. You can bring your arms to your waist. You can drop onto your elbows for this version of child's pose. Come on to hands and knees from here. Very good. And start just kind of swinging around, moving around, little figure eights, infinity, moving easy. Come on to your elbows. Come on up. So elbows down and take a child's pose or a version of child's pose. Come on up. Lift your elbows. Do a little side to side. Rolling around, organically moving. Elbows down. Hips to heels. Come on up again. And elbows down. Sit back. And one more time. Up on the tabletop where your hands are really pressing and your knees are under your hips, and take a more shape that you like, more engaging, that is tailbone and head lifting, feeling the belly, feeling the feet, feeling the hands pressing, and then undo that and round your spine into what we call the cat shape. Really flexioning here, really pushing, spreading your shoulders, and then one more time or a couple times, really slowly and mindfully, the cat and cow shape. Breathing in. Oh, don't forget that we still want to add the way the breath comes in with the shape that you're maintaining and breathing into it. All right, from here, we're gonna do like a little version of like a side plank. So I'm on my hands and knees. You're gonna keep your left hand down. You're gonna keep your knee down, but you're gonna pivot the foot behind the left knee back. So you're left and you're gonna pivot the left foot back, and you're gonna try to lift the right leg and bring the right foot behind in line with the left, and the left knee and the left hand, and do this version of side plank. And you can have your hand right on top of the left. You can also add your arms and go overhead. Come back to center, look down, hand down, and then lift the leg, bring the pivot the back, the foot back into the mat, and lift your right leg up. Feel that hands and the knee on the ground as you lift one leg, and just be with that shape. All right, bring the knee in, just hug it in and extend it. And just one more, and then we'll rest. Okay, hug in, extend it, bring the knee in, both knees down, and let's rest. Either child's pose, or come onto your elbows, or bring your hands toward your feet. And if you want, put a block under your head. Together now, a little bit of sensing, sensations, feeling how your breath feels, how you feel in your child's pose. Take a breath, full breath. Let your eyes and chin and mandible and throat soften. Smooth the breath in and out. Find that nice, easy, continuous breath that settles you down. Let's go on the second side, nice and easy. So come onto hands and knees. You're gonna stay, let's do one cat cow, 1 and 2, rounding and arching. Come to neutral, stay with your right hand down. your right foot, your right knee stays. You just kind of pivot or open. The right foot kind of swings out. Stay with the toes tucked, and then release your left hand. Your left leg is long, and you come onto this side angle, side plank version with the knee down. You can have your arm forward. You can have your hands stacked together. Just press the hand on the floor. Open and roll the chest open. Just another breath. And then if your arm was forward, bring it up, bring it down, look down, hands down. So pivot the foot back into the mat. So back into the mat. Take a moment here. All right. Keep your hands down. Lift your left leg. So now you're in two hands and one knee, and one leg is nice and strong, reaching back. Hug it in twice. Extend. And one more in and back. And bring the knees down and rest again. So rest back. Take a moment to recover, to reset, to recalibrate. Breathe in and out. So any position you like, could be child's pose. Some people go into down dog. We're going to go into down dog in a second. Just take a moment to recalibrate your breath. Imagine the breath is not only on the belly or on the nose, that you're breathing also through your back lungs and the hips and the front and the sides of your body. Everything really feeling, even if you're folding to the floor, really breathing here. And then soften any tension in your face, any effort. So we're going to do 3 downward facing dogs. If you have issues with your wrists, you can maintain and stay in this option, just going from the tabletop and back to child's pose. But we're going to lift up. So bring your knees a little back, tuck your toes, and lift for your first dog. Okay, so we're going to kind of float here. Come forward, bend your legs, back to dog. And then bring your knees down, untuck, and sit back. Okay, so if you squeeze too much, just stay here. Stay lower to the ground, right? And if you can add the dog, you're going to tuck your toes and lift your hips. And you can stay here and really feel the power of your shoulders, the feet, the arms. Bend your legs. Just come a little bit forward as if you're doing a plank, but you have your knees bent, back to dog. And then slowly land, bring your knees down, and everybody rest again. Just for a little bit. And then again, those of you that stay down, you stay down. This is great. But if you want to add a little bit of that dog, you come up, okay, tuck toes, ready to lift into that triangular shape, upside down inversion, working on your shoulders, relaxing your head, really pressing the part of the hand, especially the thumb and the index finger, and going up, feeling the tippy toes and all the back of your legs. Maybe you feel your sit bones reaching up. We're going to take a soft walk, okay, to the top. So a little test stepping to the walk, or if you want to take a huge step to the top, walk to the top and just stay, please, folding, folding just like that. We're called this Uttanasana, and you're folding down. And you're welcome to have blocks here. And you're welcome to swing a little bit. And please notice that you don't need to straighten the legs. You can have your legs bent. You can try to straighten. You can try to bring the chest closer. You can bend again. Really bend.
and straighten, or you can keep all the time the knees bent. So just have about 2 feet in between. The distance between your feet is about hip distance, and you can have these bent knees all the time. We're going to slowly unfold, so please take your time. Slowly unroll, unfold, unwind. Take your time to come up. Come up to standing and feel your feet and feel your heels and feel your toes and feel the breath. So now you're standing. Let's bring the arms up and then cactus, and then bring your arms forward. Bend your legs and do this rounding, reaching your arms forward. We did this seated, and then inhale up, coming up, grab the right wrist, pull it, and tip over to your left. Come up to center, and then grab the left wrist and over to your right. Back up, open the elbows, arms forward, reach forward, bend your legs and scoop and round here forward. Inhale, lengthen your legs, lift your arms up. Right wrist to the left, center, switch it, extend, and side bend. Arms open, and then center. Prayer to the heart. Okay, take a breath in and a breath out. I'm going to do just some modifications on version of chair. So you're welcome to stay here with the hands at heart. You're going to squat a little bit, so lower, bend your legs. You can stay here, or you can release your hands right behind you, behind towards the back. You can also stay here or behind you. And then we're going to bring your hands up. If you want, swing them forward, and the arms lift you up to standing. And back to chair with this option or this option. Squat a little lower, coming up, straighten the arms, straighten the leg, arms up. Breathe, and then one more time. Arms reach back, chest and head forward. Or you can stay here with the hands at heart, and then arms up, lift up. Okay, one more time with that side bending. Left wrist to the right, center, switch it to the other side. Open the arms out and step your feet nice and wide. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what sometimes I do when there is a full moon, okay? So bring your feet together and bring your arms together. So we've been here before, okay? So you're going to open the legs wide and open the arms wide. Okay, and then from here, squat into goddess or temple. Okay, so go low, bend your elbows. This is called temple or goddess. Shoulders above your hips. Everything straight. Now, I'm going to go to my left. Okay, I'm going to turn the left toes out, right toes in, and then triangle, sideways, up, okay, and then turn everything in, squat again, arms and legs straight, step together, feet together, rest at the center, okay? So in the full moon,
We don't go down and up and back. We go sideways on the mat. It's a very cooling little sequence, okay? I'm really modifying it because the whole thing, you end up on the floor and you go side to side, okay? So step out one more time, big arms, big legs, squat lower to temple, inhale, everything nice and straight. Now we're gonna go to the other side, okay? So you can release your hands if you want, or turn the right toes out, turn the back toes in, triangle to the second side. So you don't have to touch anything, just go sideways. Really strong legs and strong arms. Press your feet, come up to center. Lengthen your legs one more time. Squat to temple. Lift and lengthen everything. Feet together, arms together. And one more time, sideways. That was just a little bit of a taste. It's not even remotely close. Bring your hands to heart. Okay, and just open the legs just a tiny bit and just swing around. Just swing your arms, touch your kidney, touch the top of your hip, swing around, maybe stay with your feet planted. Once you start swinging the energy around, maybe you start swinging and maybe you want to lift one of your toes, heels. If you want, you can also stay with the feet planted. Changing just a little bit, if you like, bring the hand to the top and to the top of your shoulder, top of your shoulder. Okay, and you can also stay with the feet down. As soon as you start getting a nice, faster pace, start slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, idling down, and then feet a little closer and just feel. Feel the breath through the fingers. Feel the pulsations, feel the vibrations. Feel the energy in the front and side and all parts of the body. And feel how you feel. Notice your thoughts and feelings, sensations. Hopefully a nice, awesome breath that makes you feel powerful and strong. All right, so we're going to just take some back strengthening on our bellies. So please carefully walk to the top of your mat. Okay, so imagine this is my top of my mat. You're going to take a breath in and you're going to slightly fall down, dive down, come all the way down, hands on blocks, step back, step back, step back. And then in any way that you like, come onto your hips and belly, all the way prone on the floor. So find your way with your legs long, with the toes flat. Lift your legs, shimmy your hips a little bit if you like. And have your hands right under your shoulders. Keep your head down, forehead down or chin down or nose down. And just lift one leg and lower. Keep your chest down, keep your chin down. Just one leg and lower. Two more like that. Breathe and lift. Empty. Lengthen the leg. Reach off the floor. One more. Very good. Now, keep the legs slightly close to each other and slide your elbows forward for Sphinx. Take a moment with your elbows on the ground, your forearms on the ground. Try to not relax and be slouchy. Try to really be active on your forearms and really press them to lift your belly up and your shoulders above your elbows and chest Nice and bright. Show your heart forward. Slowly, slowly, slowly peel down. Okay. Use your hands. We're going to just tuck again and come on up to all fours. And find your knees, find your hands, do a little bit of shifting your hips a little bit. I'm going to just do a version of lizard, okay? A lizard pose that is accessible to you. So make some circles here. And you're going to maybe place your blocks here on one of the sides, okay? So you can use your hands more to the side, and you're going to try to bring your right leg out and forward. Okay, so see, my foot is more like even outside of my mat. I have my blocks here, and if it's not enough, you can also use them nice and high, okay? So I'm just having a little bit. I'm gonna try to go on the pinky side, and I'm gonna try to bring my hand out and turn. So hand on the, not on the knee, on the leg. Go on the pinky sides. You can see the bottom of your foot, and the arm goes up. Awesome, 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 awesome. Bring your hand down. Go down and bring your hand on the inside again. And walk this knee back behind. And you're going to just take a little bit of a Hanumanasana, a wide Sanumanasana. Nice and wider. Bring your toes up, forward and back. Shift your hips forward and back. Okay, and if you like, you can do some circles here again. Circle above the back knee, on the hip. Do anything that feels good. You can do a little dynamic movement, sending the hips back and forth, bring your toes up, bring your toes wherever you are. We're going to just go back, step the foot back, okay? And just rest for a moment, okay? So rest, you can put one of the blocks for your head. You can just rest here, and then we'll do the other side. It's a wonderful, wonderful hip opener. And then I promise you, we're gonna go on the back, okay? Just go on take a moment here. Last pose on the knees. All right, come on up on all fours, right? And then you're gonna put the blocks on the second side. You can use the highest, and then you can lower, right? You can just modify. Come on up, step your left foot forward. So I'm gonna just change this setting here so you can see me. Yep. Okay, and I have my foot out, like even out of my mat. I'm going to lift my foot. You can see my bottom of my foot. So it looks like it's open like that, right? Open. And then I'm going to bring my hand. So one hand is on the block, and the block is far away. Okay, you can bring it even outside. You can bring the hand on the leg. Leg opens, leg opens. You can just pat that back knee if you like, and the arm goes up. Beautiful. And then you look at the hand if you like, sink the hips down a little bit. Breathe. Awesome. Second side feels good. Okay, so bring the hand back on the inside, bring your foot back in. All right, so this is more like a Hanumanasana. Go back and forth. Modify your knee, pat your knee. I have like 3 mats here, so you can put also a blanket. Just go forward. So the knee is quite open. Okay, just do a couple of these dynamic stretches. Bring your toe up, bring your legs forward, sink forward. You can also kind of go back and circle here. Just breathe. This feels great. You can do exploring on your own. Just really have um, some trying to working some of the kinks or something that feels good, and that is a little effort, but that feels good in your hips. All right, so come on back, step the knee back, okay? And then see if you can try a little bit. I always say I'm going back and then I lie. Okay, so try a little bit of balancing. See if you can come up and you can place that block under your knees, or you can place nothing, or you can have your blocks. Just try to be just kind of hanging there on your toes. Looks like a little bird here. Okay, and you can bring your hands on prayer. And you can cheat here, hand and the block right on the knees. Good. All right. So go back, sit back. You can come onto the knees and roll back, or you can just kind of go back, okay? And let's roll back again. So go back on the floor and just check again with the breath and with yourself. You have about, a few minutes here to be on the back. And I have my legs bent and my feet flat. Take a moment here. Where are your shoulders? Where are your hips? Where's your feet? Feel the feet. You feel your pelvis and your belly and your breath. And just be here just for complete kind of scanning. So feel as if you're like a little, your eyes or your brain, a little machine that you're scanning from the crown of your head to your shoulders. Scan your belly, your navel, scan your hips, scan your arms, take check, scan your legs, and scan your knees and the feet. So everything is just really kind of like getting a sense of being checked, check, like a machine up and down the body. Feel the breath. So complete inhales and exhales, breathing in and out. Okay, so supine Parangustasana without the use of the strap, and you're welcome to use the strap. So right leg long, right leg on the floor, and left leg up. If you want, you can use the hands behind the leg. Try to really press with your heel up. Try to really press the thigh on the ground. Take another full breath here. Awesome. Okay, so rebend the right leg. The one that is on the floor will come back to the figure 4 again. Take a moment here. And then this foot is going to go, the left foot is going to go on the right. You're going to come into this amazing twist. If the foot is horrible and the floor is far away, what you do is you put a block and you step on that block, step the foot on the block. Okay, if you are able to bring the foot on the ground, open your arms like cactus. The knee is pointing up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You can go on your leg, go up and down, encouraging the leg to flow out, to press out, and then come back up. Lift your bottom foot and do a supine cross-legged or Gomukhasana legs where you cross all the way, and maybe grab the top of your feet, or you can grab from the bottom, from the heels. I'm just going to turn the lights on again because it's a little dark. You're crossing your knees. The opposite heel is the left heel is grabbed by the right hand. So you're grabbing the opposite heels and you press the legs out. Relax the legs and cross the legs. Shake them out. Bring the feet on the floor. Make that scan, that virtual scan with your own amazing machine. You have your own machine. Scan, scan, scan. Make sure everything is set. Make sure everything is okay on the floor. Left leg is long. Left leg nice and long on the floor. Right leg up. So nice, bright angles. Really flex the heel up, pointed toes to the nose, and bottom leg nice and bright and strong. Feel that leg. Take another full breath here. Okay, and then soften the legs, rebend the bottom leg, and then right angle with this supine pigeon. Bring the right foot towards the left. Relax your arms and head and shoulders. If the foot doesn't make it, place a block under. And then your arms can be anything if you like. You can just bring the hand, just kind of like softening, massaging your leg, pointing it up, encouraging to open. Take a breath. Feel the shape. And then lift the right foot off the ground. Cross the leg, cross the leg, cross the leg, cross the leg. Lift both legs up. Maybe widen the feet and grab underneath. Grab the bottom of your heels. Grab the big toes and spread the legs wide. Very doable on your back, on your hips, really hard to do on the floor. So very more accessible here. Spread your legs out and try to bring your knees to your chest. Relax your legs, uncross, shake them out, wiggle them out, waggle them out. Good. All right, so restorative bridge, if you like, just lift your hips enough to slide the block. You can slide it on the second. If it's too much, just undo that and do the first, the lowest, and just stay here with this restorative bridge. Let the hips feel that the support is correct, that it feels like it's right there. It's not on the thighs and it's not on the low back. It's really on that little bone. There's a bony area right at the end of the tailbone. So it's like a little bony area. That's where you want to feel that you can put the block. Breathe, breathe, breathe. I have my both feet on the ground. I have my legs about hips distance. And then see if you feel like the block is stable, if you can lift both legs up. Block should be pretty steady to be able to lift both legs vertical. Your arms can go to the block, to the side, overhead, or cactus. Any position with your hands. Legs are vertical. Legs are just kind of floating up. If you have a wall, just turn around, place your heels above so you can kind of rest here. Take a moment again if you want to use that mental scanning or breath and scan and relax. Bend your legs gently, one at a time, or both legs. Find the floor. Take your time. Bring your hands to your block and do that. Bring your block to the side. And please take a moment. When your hips land, don't rush. Just take a moment. Let's go back to that happy baby. See how it feels open. See if you can have your knees nice and wide and lift your hips, lift your heels above your knees, bring your knees out, grab the bottom of your feet, the heel, the pinky side, the big toe side, the heel side, anything, and just breathe here. Release that, knees together. Very good. Extend your legs up. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of a flow here. Bend your legs, feet on the floor. Hip for bridge. Lower. Lift your knees. Hug your knees in. Lengthen up and widen the legs. Feet together. Knees bent. Feet on the floor. Lift for bridge. Lower your hips. Knees come to chest. Extend the legs up and wide like a V. One more. Together. Feet ready for bridge. Lift your hips up. Lower gently. Knees come in. Hug them in. Extend the legs up and widen the legs. Feet and hips and knees together. And then give yourself a hug one more time. Squeeze here your knees and your toes and see if you can lift your shoulders and hug your arms around your knees and bring your knees to your nose and squeeze and tighten. And you could maybe bring your nose closer and lift your hips off the ground and really give yourself a nice squeeze. And then we're going to open and flower out, extend the arms and extend the legs and take as much space as you like. Take a moment to really, again, scan that momentum like a machine that scans now your body and send a message, a nice mental sensation that you are dissolving, you're unwinding, you're ready to let go for these really precious moments that is learning to completely surrender and feel the power of those two words, let go. Really feel the body aware and awake completely of its shape. Feel the shape you took. You can always put some blankets or blocks under your knees or under your head so you are really comfortable. Get really very comfortable. Get really at ease with the shape. If you're in Shavasana, take wide space, spacious arm space up. Have the hands about, like 3 feet away from the hips. Let the hands curl. Let the feet turn away from each other. Let the hips feel even, the shoulders feel even. support. Rest your head on the blanket, on a couple of blankets or towels under your knees. And whenever you feel like this is really amazing and you feel like you're supported by your mats and your support and your props completely, go to that ujjayi breath, or that breath that travels in to the nose. Take a breath out of your lips. Breathe out. Just two more. Inhaling through the nose. Open those lips and let the breath come out with a big sigh. In again through the nose. And big sigh out. Let it all the tension out. Start coming to a very comfortable tempo, a nice cadence for yourself. Ease yourself, your weight, your effort completely. Come into your restful place. I'm going to let you continue on your own. You know what to do. You know how much you need this. 11, 15 minutes. If you have the time, please, please be kind to yourself. You know how to come out, gently come out and go back to that way to move back with better sensation, better mood, better energy for the rest of your day. Thank you guys for coming in, and I'll see you the next time.